Good afternoon and welcome to the Hong Kong Wine and Dine Festival on-air tastings. My name is Alison Howe and it's wonderful to have you join us for today's session called Sustainable Cocktail Masterclass. Sustainability is not only the latest trend in food and wine but also in bartending. While sustainable bartending gives rise to fresher ingredients, a cleaner conscience, and higher profits. Now, sustainable bartending is not particularly found everywhere here in Central, even though we have different bars and pubs. But today, we are going to visit the first cocktail bar here in Hong Kong that is committed to a zero-waste concept of sustainability. The co-founder will not only share his philosophy with us, but also show us how to make a homemade sustainable cocktail. So join me, let's look for him.
Whiskey improves with age. The older it gets, the more I appreciate. But I also like cocktails, drinks young and refreshing.
Sustainability is main thing for us. We are doing it from our heart.
Next to me right now, we have Agung Prabowo, co-founder of Penicillin.
Hi guys, how are you? Good afternoon.
And Chui, editor of Whiskey Magazine Hong Kong.
Hi everyone.
Hi, thank you so much Agung and Eddie for joining us as our guest speaker today here at the Wine and Dine Festival.
Thank you, Alison.
Thank you,
First
thank
of all,
you.
welcome to Penicillin.
Thank you. Wow, what a beautiful place. I'll tell you more about this awesome bar in just a second. But first, I also want to say hi to our online friends who also previously purchased our tasting kit and will be joining our cocktail mixing in just a few moments. Hello, everyone. Could you please give a big wave to the cameras? Hi. Oh, it's so wonderful to have you join us this afternoon. I hope you're ready for some excellent education on sustainable bartending and also how to make your homemade cocktail more sustainable. Now, if you have any question for either Agung or Eddie or for both of them, please feel free to join us later on for the Q&A session or simply type in your questions in the chat box. We have a lot of other online friends joining us as well, and we welcome anybody's question, all right? Now, first of all, I have to talk about this beautiful bar. I feel like the moment that you walk in here, every single element has a purpose. And that is just so rare to see. So congratulations, Agung.
Thank you, Alison. Thank you so much.
Wow, I know that there were many different elements in this place, from the tables to what you have in the background with all of these beautiful jars and the laboratory. You have your own lab here in the bar. And we're going to find out everything about the concept that you have that is actually being really fully implemented in this bar. But I really want to come to you first about this particular class, which is all about sustainable bartending, and our tasting kit is very unique. Eddie, would you like to do the honors and introduce the tasting kit to us?
Yes, for sure. I think everyone received the tasting kit with 2 bottles of the bottled cocktail. So because when we are talking to Agung from Penicillin, we want to make the kit also very sustainable. So you find almost no plastic inside our tasting kit.
Right.
So you have 2 cups. They are not made of plastic. They are actually decomposable.
Right.
So you don't have to worry about it contaminating the environment at all.
Lovely.
Yeah.
I know that there are a lot of usage for after we enjoyed the cocktail later on, so we'll get to the backstory in just a few moments. For those of you who are joining us right now, if you would still like to purchase our tasting kit, please log on to this website, www.discoverhongkong.com/wine-dine-festival. Go ahead and purchase while stocks still last, all right? Before we chat to Eddie and Agung, I do want to put our online friends onto a challenge and see what's your idea of sustainable bartending. Would anybody like to tell us and share your thoughts with us? What do you think it means to have sustainable bartending in a bar? Maybe I'm going to come to Kit. What do you think that means?
Well, I guess for me, it's really about trying to achieve as much as possible nearly zero waste, right? I mean, that goes all the way from the ingredients to really what happens thereafter. And I guess it's not easy, right? I mean, there's so many components, so many ingredients. So I guess it's which part of it, that how do you maximize the use of every single part of it.
Wow, I see Agung nodding his head extremely hard. So I'm going to come to you with your answer to that. What do you think sustainable bartending mean?
Yeah, I think, Kit, you're right. Again, as the first sustainable bar in Hong Kong, we are not thinking only just recycling, upcycling, but we're thinking the whole things, in terms of the design as well. And then, we're collaborating with the local restaurant. We think about the carbon footprint, reducing the carbon footprints, and then that's sustainability is really, really big things. But yeah, I mean, we start from small one first,
yes,
and then we can go up.
Incredible.
Yeah.
We're going to find out all about what they're doing here that needs to be encouraged by pretty much everybody in the world. But now I have Eddie here. You are not only the editor of Whiskey Magazine Hong Kong, but you're quite an expert in cocktails as well. So I need to ask you, where do you see the trend for cocktail going?
Okay, in the past 10 years, I think we really see a very good sense of cocktail in Hong Kong. So coming from the very refined classic cocktail, I think it happens in all the bars around us. But then nowadays it's turning into more especially the molecular cocktail that you see a few years back with many of our friends. You can see on the screen there is a very foamy cocktail there. And also you find a small pieces of caviar-like things. It's actually not real caviar, but things that the mixologist is turning up into a very interesting combination of things into our cocktails. So I think that's the other trend that's been emerging as well. But now, I think in recent years, I think sustainability has been over every different category of the F&B industry, like in the restaurant, in the bar, and even when we are drinking wine, I think we talk about sustainability. So I think that's a great thing that is upcoming to Hong Kong as well.
Brilliant.
So I think Agung will know the best about that.
I do want to find out more about Agung, your story. You're such a celebrated mixologist in the world. What brought you to Hong Kong and why start this bar?
Oh, wow. I guess, it's going to be very long story. It's going to be 3 episodes.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, I'm glad that, 15 years back, I moved to Hong Kong, worked for several hotel bars like Mandarin Oriental, Shangri-La, W Hotel. And then 4 years back that we tried our luck to open our own business, opening the bars. And then now we have Penicillin, which is the first sustainable bar in Hong Kong. And then we just voted and then awarded as a sustainable bar in Asia by 50 Best Bar.
Wow, what an achievement. Congratulations. We already have questions coming in from the chat box, so let's get to the first one. Tommy says, Agung, as one of the most successful mixologists in town, can you share what qualities or skills are important to be a mixologist?
Yeah, I guess right now, mixologist, bartender career become more and more popular in our industry, F&B industry. I guess to be successful, bartending is all about, come up from your heart, and then the same time as well, you have to, you cannot stop learning. You have to learn, practice every day, learning every single day, about the techniques, about the flavors, about the knowledge, everything. But the most important thing that I want to share with you that, I guess bartending or mixology is kind of like my way of life. I just in love with this kind of working environments, and then, for me that, as long as you enjoy working behind the bars, enjoy making cocktail, meet a lot of people, I guess you're gonna be successful someday.
Wow, from your smile we can tell this is home to you. This is where you find the most satisfaction. And incorporating sustainability into that lifestyle, it is so important, and we highly encourage everyone to get inspired by that too. So let's get into it. Can you please tell us more about the concept of sustainability bartending here?
Absolutely. I mean, first of all, as you guys know, so we are in the Penicillins. What we do here is actually we are doing the closed loop cycle, and then of course the not only just drinks, and then drinks and food, However, though, we are like also talk about the design.
Yes.
As you see it from the video that, you know, the design is very minimalist. And then you see previously, there is a wood, the tabletop is actually made in Hong Kong. Because if you're talking about sustainability, we need to think about reducing carbon footprints, you know, reducing the emission, etc. So the wood actually came up from the tree that has fallen during the Typhoon Mangkut like 3.5 years ago.
Right.
And then we're collaborating with a local a company called Hong Kong Timbers, and then they design the table, the wood, whatever we have here. And then also the design point of view that we have is actually neon light, you know, like, which is, that is actually what we call Hong Kong Heritage Sustainability, meaning that we are keeping those neon light from the shop that has been closed last year. Yes.
So they don't just go to the landfill, they are being relived here.
Correct, indeed, yes.
Oh my gosh, that's wonderful.
Yeah.
Now, you mentioned zero waste concept. Yes. How much waste do you put out here in the bar a day?
Yes, of course, you know, when you're talking about the zero waste, we always tell everyone that, you know, like, we are like 100% of sustainability, because in Hong Kong especially, we still using electricity, yes, water, ice, etc., right? So, but our achievement is to be like 80%. And by doing kind of like, we need to think twice about our waste. So every night, you know, we have a team that we always weigh our waste. So our target is not more than 8 kilogram or 10 kilogram waste from the bars.
Eddie,
yeah,
as an expert in F&B, how hard is it to achieve that for a bar?
I think especially for the bar people, it's really hard. So like, especially you have so many bottles.
Correct, yeah.
From the spirit, from the mixer, from everything. So, yeah, so I think maybe Agung, you can tell us how you deal with, how to reduce the use of bottles in the bar, right? Yes,
correct. I mean, for us, especially guys in Penicillin, we don't really use a single-use bottle. We are avoiding that one. That's why we're collaborating with the distributor called Eco Spirit. So basically, what they do is they are supply the spirit like gin, vodka, tequila, rum, etc. And then they are using the big container, like 5-liter containers, and then we are like refilling to our bottle. You know, one is finished, you know, we just order to them, and then they bring in the new container, and then they take out the old container. So there is no waste at all. And then yeah, I guess that's how we're minimizing the waste in them for the bottle.
That's amazing. Yeah. Well, I also want to put our online friends to the test again. Since you are joining our masterclass for sustainable cocktail, I'm sure you are all eco warriors as well. So Agung will be asking you a couple of questions, and you can have a guess what they do here in this bar to make it more sustainable. Agung, I think we are ready for the first question.
Yes, I have here, over there, avocado pit. So what do you think we are using it here in Penicillin bar?
All right, let's have a guess. What do you think they use these leftover avocado pits for? I'm going to make it a little bit easier for you. I'm going to give you 3 options. You can use your fingers to indicate which answer you think it is correct. Is it 1, making them into a smoothie? Is it 2, freeze them and use them as ice cubes? Or is it 3, to make a facial mask? All right, everyone, 1, 2, or 3, what do you think? All right, kids first to answer, very good. Let's go to Clarissa. Why do you think it is for making alternative ice cubes?
I think it's the most possible in a bar, and it looks like a circle ice cube.
Hey, Agung, is that the right answer?
Indeed, yes. The answer is number 2.
Yay!
And yeah. So basically what we do here, we're collecting the avocado pits from nearby restaurant, which is this actually from Super Macho restaurant.
Right.
And they are like known as the Mexican restaurant. They use a lot of avocado for their guacamole.
Yeah.
And then instead like they throw it away, and then we ask the chef, why don't we just collect that one? So of course, we need to sterilize, we need to wash it, boiling with the waters, after it cleans, and then you just put it in the freezer for overnight. And it's basically this avocado pit you can reuse it, you know. So once you're like, not only just for the cocktail though, but I guess also for the whiskey, you know, other all drinks, you know.
Yeah, that's brilliant.
It's really a great idea when you're using it as like when we're drinking whiskey, we don't want the ice to melt and dilute our whiskey. So that's a very good idea. And as well, I think our online fans, when you are getting the tasting kit, you also have the instruction that we ask you to prepare some avocado rock as well, and then to keep it frozen. So if you already have that, let me know. Or if you don't, you just put an ice. I think that will be also enjoyable as well, right?
Correct.
Excellent. Let's come to the second question. We have another tip to learn from Agung, and we're going to find out whether you are going to guess the correct answer.
All right. Over here, basically, Alison, guys, we have the leftover citrus, lemon, lime husk, and yeah. Just let us know, what do you think? What we can do for this one?
Ooh, again, giving you 3 answers to make it a little bit easier to answer. Do you think it's for number 1, making hand sanitizer? Is it number 2 for making toilet paper? Or is it number 3 for making scented candles? 1, 2, or 3? Go ahead and tell us your answer. Clarissa, interesting. We've got Denise also going for number 3. Denise, why do you think it's for making scented candles?
Overall, I think those scents should be suitable for candles. Very refreshing.
Right, it's something that you would refer. Oh, interesting. Yes. Okay, let's see. Is that the correct answer, Agung?
All right. So basically, what we do here in Penicillin, we are doing it the number 1. Yeah, but yes, I think also this we can improvise, you know. We are like also developing to make the toilet paper, you know, and also the scented candle as well. But at the moment, the first time when we open, we are already thinking to make the hand sanitizer.
Wow.
It's just very simple, like especially at home, if you guys don't have equipment like us, basically just pick whatever, not whatever, sorry, the alcohol, you know, like a vodka or gin, and you just infuse it into this.
We're seeing on the screen that we have what you do here.
Yes.
In terms of how we create the hand sanitizer.
Yes. So they're using we are using the machine called rotary evaporator, and then we are reuse this one, infused with the alcohol.
Wow.
And then become hand sanitizer with the fragrance of citrus.
That is so interesting. Are you guys inspired? I am so inspired. This is incredible. Thank you for sharing that with us. Now, I do know that, you know, the bar also advocates for something that you kind of gently mentioned early on about the closed loop production. Yeah. What does that mean?
All right. So closed loop production or cycle means that the process that which is using used product to be like recycle, upcycle, reuse, or you know, then made to be like the new products basically. So here in Penicillin we have 4 element chambers, which is we're talking about the laboratory, the main bars, the fermentation room, and the kitchen. So these 4 elements is actually supporting us a lot to do the recycling, and then upcycling the same time. You know, to be like for the next ingredient of our cocktail, or also the food ingredients in the kitchen.
As we can see right now, I believe that would be the fermentation room, right?
Correct. Yes, this is our fermentation area. Wow. You know, we designed it for like specific fermentation. You know, for our ingredient, which is we collect all the waste actually, and then before we throw it away to the rubbish bin, we are thinking twice, all the team thinking twice, like what we can do, you know, for the next ingredient.
That's excellent. I do know that you have some very interesting tools and equipments here in the bar.
Indeed, yes.
I'd love to find out more about those as well.
Sure. Again, you know, like as I said earlier, that we have the laboratory. We're playing around a lot of. We play around with the laboratory tools like rotary evaporator, small distillation machine. You know. And also we have the ultrasonic homogenizer.
Wow.
And then also we have basically we have a lot of things, you know. So
It's almost like a scientific lab here.
correct, yes.
Yeah.
I mean, like, it's very good that we have this so that being more creative, you know, and then like how we can do like we're doing the sustainability
Yes.
in our way.
Wow.
Yeah.
When I was studying, I see all these kind of equipment in the laboratory as well.
Indeed, yes.
Right.
So
Correct.
you're now bringing to the bar.
Yeah.
So that's interesting.
Exactly.
And
Yeah.
then the fermentation room is really awesome.
Yes.
Yeah.
I guess the fermentation room is the first bar that we have like the area that only for fermentation, you know,
Yes.
because we are like inspired by Noma restaurant in
Right.
yeah. And I guess laboratory also like supporting us to creating the wonderful cocktail
Yeah.
for our bar.
Now,
Yeah.
what if we don't have these expert tools at
Yes.
home? Is there anything that we could copy or get inspired by you and implement at home?
Of course, absolutely, Al. I mean, you know, the creativity is never stopped, right? You know, like, and of course, you know, we have a lot of tools at home. And then again, you know, I can pick one for example. We have the a jar, you know, like a mason jar,
Right.
which is, you know, you can use that jar for your infusion to pickling or do some fermentation. So
Yes.
basically that you have to think like you have leftover, for instance, you know, like, and then before you throw it to your rubbish bin, put it there in mason jars, putting a vodka or rubbing a hand or something like that, and you can creating hand sanitizer at your home.
That is incredible.
And actually, one of the ingredients of our cocktail is made here, right?
Correct. Yes. Yes.
Yeah. So we will talk about is it the coconut caviar?
Correct. Yes. There is a coconut kefir. It's basically the coconut water, you know, and then we are like fermenting with the kefir grains, you know, for a couple of weeks.
Yes.
And then we get kind of like the aroma of the fermentation, some yeasty, and then of course the kefir drink is kind of like it's very healthy as well at the same time.
Oh my
Yeah.
goodness, we can't wait. I think it's time for us to really get started with the cocktail making. If you have your tasting kit, you can also get it ready and we will do this together. But first, we have the actual ingredients to be introduced to you by Agung. Shall we get started?
Absolutely.
All right.
Yes.
So I think everyone has 2 bottles of the bottled cocktail here
Yes.
by Agung. And then you have another, I think one I will give it to Alison.
Thank you very much.
Because we will do some exercise after that. And then you all have a small cup, which is I told you before is made from, actually it's made from rice husks. And so this is a very eco decomposable items.
Excellent.
Cup that you can just throw away, but please keep it. After you drink the cocktail, we will do something with that.
Okay.
Because you also receive a small piece of cocoa peat soil. So that's the soil that you can do some planting. And then, so you keep it, and then I will tell you how to use it afterwards.
Okay.
After all, you also have a small jar of the seeds that we will use to grow something for the next garnish that you are making for your cocktail, right? Okay?
Wow.
So I think Agung,
All right.
maybe
Ready?
we should start doing the cocktail, right?
Of course, absolutely. Yes, the cocktail is called One Penicillin, One Tree. Just want to share with you all. Actually, you guys purchased these cocktails that, you know, we are donating $1.5 to planting the tree in Kalimantan in Borneo in Indonesia.
Oh, wow.
So you are like at the same time you drink the cocktail, buy the cocktail, and then you are like planting the tree.
Brilliant.
Yes.
Lovely.
Yes, here actually we have the whiskey infused with leftover white chocolate.
Ooh.
Right? So the whiskey is actually we're collaborating with Eco Spirit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Excellent.
So this is the whiskey I'm going to talk about, that the Eco Spirit with a reusable container. And then he tried to infuse the white chocolate into the spirit as well.
Fantastic.
Okay, and next,
The coconut.
the coconut. So we just talked about the coconut caviar. So
This is it.
which is made here actually in
Wow.
in Penicillin.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Truly special.
Yes, and next what we have? Oh, you see the color? Is it lovely? Yes,
Gorgeous.
that's the strawberry brine.
Indeed, Eddie, yes.
Yes, and the very special thing about this is the strawberry is coming from a local farm actually.
Oh, wow.
So we try to make it, so I'm going to try to make it in like a pickle.
Correct, Eddie, yes.
And then after that, they will strain the liquid to use as a strawberry brine.
I love everything is almost homemade.
Yes, exactly. So that's the idea, right?
Yes, indeed. So we have all the ingredients inside the shaker. And then I think all of you guys need to be ready.
All right.
You know, just pick your...
Time for your workout of today, everybody.
Yes, all right.
Everybody ready?
Bring your bottles
Your
up.
bottles? Yes.
We're gonna shake it as if we were a mixologist at home as well. So this will be our shaker,
Yes,
yeah?
let's shake together.
Okay.
All right.
Let's shake together. We have go. Okay.
Let's go.
All right, ready? And let's go.
Woo! I can't do it as cool as you do. I'm trying my very best to copy that. Everybody shaking okay? All right, I see Lewis is shaking it so hard he's off the camera. Everybody's doing a great job. Fantastic.
Amazing. So yeah, and then here in Penicillin, one Penicillin, one cocktail is we serve in the clay cup, which is we collaborating with the local artists actually. They made in Hong Kong.
Right.
So we are like, not avoiding, but we don't really want, because the concept is more sustainability, why don't we just collaborating with the local artists made the clay cup actually for us.
Wow. I love how you basically created a community, you know, from the restaurants nearby, you're connected with them, with the local artists, you're connected with them too. That's just beautiful.
And every cup is so unique, right?
Correct, yes.
Hey, I know these.
All right.
Anyone have prepared some avocado stone at home as well?
If you
Anyone?
have, this is the time to bring them out. This is the
Yes.
leftover avocado pit, now alternative ice cubes. Time to
Yes.
bring them out.
So yes, as I said earlier, we are replacing the ice with the avocado pit.
That is fantastic. I'm definitely going to try that.
Thank you.
All right, let's see. It's time to pour your drinks into your beautiful cups that is provided to you from the tasting kit.
Wow.
That looks gorgeous.
Thank you.
Wow. Isn't that a beautiful color, guys? I see Carrie already getting started drinking it. But here in the bar, we're gonna do a little extra just to make it even more beautiful.
Yes, thank you, Al. We have the garnish here, which is from the leftover of the strawberry pickle, strawberry brine actually. So we are blend with papaya seeds.
Wow, can we have a
Yes.
look on the camera just so
Of
that everybody
course.
can see how gorgeous that is? Wow. Beautiful.
Yeah,
All
so
right.
basically what we do here is we blend the papaya seed, the leftover papaya seed with the leftover strawberry brine, and then we dehydrate, so we make it leather.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. So this is how we are like thinking, like using the garnish to every cocktail that we have. And also there's some garnish as well that we're collaborating with the local farmer, which is Common Farm. They are like helping us a lot on the micro herbs, as well as the like some vegetable for us as well.
I've actually never heard anybody using papaya seed
Yeah.
in any food, let alone a drink.
Me either.
Yeah, I mean, it's like surprisingly when you are like, have your own bar, which is sustainable bar, and then you have to try every single, ways actually, and then surprisingly, the papaya seed is actually creating more a peppery note into the cocktail.
Really?
Yes.
Wow, I can't
Yeah.
wait to try. And I can't wait to show everybody a closer look of how beautiful this cocktail really is.
All right, and here you go. Al.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
That's gorgeous. I'm going to take a closer
Thank
look here
you.
just to show everyone how beautiful that is. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous?
Wow, this is beautiful.
Wow, amazing. All right, everybody, I think it's time for our actual tasting. Are we ready? All right, let's raise your glasses. All right, on the count of 3, let's go ahead and try it. Yeah, 1, 2, 3. Cheers, everyone.
Cheers.
Oh my goodness. That is so refreshing and really well balanced. I am literally in awe by how incredible all of these blends well together.
I like the balance of this cocktail. I'm always not a sweet person.
Yeah.
So I like the refreshing, and this is so good for the summer especially. And then I think the garnish should taste very good, right?
It is, yes.
Oh wow, I think everybody at home is jealous that we have the little bit of garnish here. But Jojo, I want to come to you. What do you think of this cocktail?
Well, I really like it.
Yeah?
Because I like cocktail refreshing, so this is really good.
Fantastic. I also want to come to Lewis. Lewis, what do you think of this cocktail?
Hello.
Lewis and Anna, actually, right?
It's very nice.
It's full of aroma.
Yeah.
Doing it in the garden. It's like in Thailand.
Oh, it brings us to Thailand. What a great analogy. That's fantastic.
That's nice.
I saw that we've got some questions later on. We'll get to that in a minute. But first, I just want to say, for everybody joining us at home or joining us online, if you want to purchase this gorgeous tasting kit, please log on to our website, www.discoverhongkong.com/Wine Dine Festival. It's still available, but only very limited stock, so do so before it's too late. Now, you did mention earlier on, Eddie, that there is something that we need to do after enjoying the cocktail.
Yes, so after you finish your cocktail, don't throw your cup away first. So you take off the packing of the cocoa peat soil, and then you put it into the cup and add enough water into that. And don't forget to put your cyst inside. So actually this is the cyst of peppermint. So after that, remember to put water into the cup every day.
Right.
Make sure it doesn't dry out, and then after a few weeks, you have some mint coming out. And with that mint, you can garnish your next cocktail that you make in home. Okay?
Yes.
I love it. A gift that keeps
Is it a
on
good
giving.
idea?
Is it very good idea? Or you guys can bring it to Penicillin, you know? I'm going to make a cocktail for you guys.
Amazing. I know that we have a lot of questions for Agung and also for Eddie, so I'm going to come right to our online friends. If you have a question, I saw that Eugenie, you were putting your hand up earlier, so I'm going to come to you now. What would you like to ask our guest today?
Actually, I just typed it. When I look at the drink that Agung poured out, it's not the same. Well, we obviously at home, we don't have the same kind of the shaker. I mean, I don't have the same kind of shaker, so I don't know whether it's because of that.
Right.
The drink that I have at home, it looks crystal, pinkish, not milky and foamy. Is it because of the way you shake it?
Yes, Eugene, I think you're right. Because the cocktail that you have in your homes is actually already pre-mixed. So, of course, you know, like when you are like in the bars, is actually you need to shake it. So it's actually the cocktail is color is pinks or reddish color, but because of like I shake hard, so you're like creating the aeration and then creating the bubble. So we also try actually before we putting in the bottle of cocktails. If you're like shaking hard, and then you put it, you can get creating the foam on the drinks.
Right. So we just need to shake it extra hard to make it like how Agung does it here in the bar. But great question. Thank you, Eugenie. Anybody else has a question for Agung or for Eddie? Yeah, let's come to Chip. Hey, Chip.
Hello.
Hi. Do you have a question for Agung or maybe for Eddie?
At this seed need to any sun for planting the seed out to a mint? Is it, or just
does it need some
water?
sun to plant peppermint?
At the very beginning, I don't think you need any sun. It's really better to during the seed germinating. I think you keep it in a dark place, but make sure it has enough water. And after when you see this is something coming, the spore is coming out, you can put it under the sun as well. So that's the way we do. Yeah.
Ooh, great tip. Thank you so much. Good question. Thank you so much.
Thank you for the questions.
Yeah, coming to the chat box, we have loads of questions from the chat box. Let's come to one of them. Eco fans asking, what is your vision and goals? I believe it's a question for the both of you. Maybe Eddie, as an editor, do you have a vision or goal for where F&B should go?
I think it's not only about for sustainability of ecology. I think it's not only coming from the bar themselves, but nowadays we see all the wineries, whiskey distillery, spirit maker, or even restaurant. They are doing many of the ways to reduce waste and to be sustainable. So I think it's not only about the bar, but everyone is trying to make the earth cleaner and better. So I think from the bar side, Agung could explain more even.
Yeah, I guess to answer your question, I guess our goal, our vision is actually, as I said earlier, that we want to be like 80% as much as we can, by using the all the ingredients to the fullest, and then same time as well, we just want being the pioneer, being the bar entrepreneur. We want to encourage others, like the bar operator, restaurant operators, bar owner, restaurant owner, to be at least, like do some sustainability in their own way. I guess we learned a lot of things from the past years, with the pandemic, COVID-19, that, and you can see also like the lifestyle of the guests as well, a bit changed from the previous one. So then, I guess also that, we are always telling our guests that, doing the sustainability in a fun way. I know it's very hard, but we're still again learning day to day. Yeah. And then I hope we can make it if we do it all.
Amazing.
Yeah.
So not just people in the industry, but as consumers as well, we all make a small step, and that will cause a big difference, right? Thank you so much. I'm so inspired by both of you, Agung and Eddie. Thank you so much for joining us today. Let's celebrate this incredible moment by raising our glasses again, yeah? If you have still got some cocktails in your hand, let's say cheers to Agung and also to everybody joining us today, Eddie as well. Let's say cheers in 1, 2, 3, yeah? 1, 2, 3.
Cheers, guys. Thank you so much. Cheers.
And cheers to everyone for joining us. The series of the Hong Kong Wine and Dine Festival on-air tastings have now come to an end. Thank you to every single guest who have joined us over the past couple of weekends. It's been wonderful having you with us here in Hong Kong. And we look forward to seeing you next year at the Hong Kong Wine and Dine Festival. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.